Hello audience, this is your host Cindy and you are watching The Book Reviewer. I have another book to share. Okay, so last week I reviewed a Shel Silverstein book because I didn't have this one ready yet. I had to take a few more days and read the rest of this book that I am about to show you. This author, James Herriot, as I've mentioned earlier, is a veterinarian, and he lives in England. He has a few other books. I realized that it would make more sense to read the books in the order they were written, because it's a series that I am reviewing, and I will be reading the books in the series and telling you what I think of them, because that's what I do. I'm the book reviewer. Okay, so the first book in the series is All Creatures Great and Small, and you might be wondering where he got that. He got that from a religious song. It's all creatures bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. And because this is a religious song, not many people have heard of it. Here is the book. Okay, so All Creatures Great and Small. As I've mentioned before, James Herriot is a veterinarian. He went to vet school, obviously, to become a vet, and this is a story of his first couple years doing what he wants to do and went to school for, and he loves animals and all of this. So he gets his start in his practice, and he gets to tend to all kinds of animals. Whoop, I went backwards. Alrighty. So this book was 436 pages. It was a little bit longer of a book. It did get kind of a little bit hard, I guess you would say, because it seemed to be a little bit uninteresting in parts, but overall it was a great book. There is something you probably do need to know, since you guys are usually, know the English language. This is international though, because people in Taiwan or some of those places might see this video. So no bashing, I'm just saying that usually people are used to reading in the English language, and to consider the following. I know it seems like I'm stealing a little bit from Bill Nye, but it is fitting here. Since it is England, there are some vocabulary that is different from the English language. These you're going to find in the book, and some, because I am just a kind of proponent for spelling and everything like that, I thought I'd bring this up. So the English, they spell things and they use words just a little bit differently than we do. You're going to notice cozy, as in cozy. I have no idea why we spell it with a Z instead of an S, but the cozy that they use just looks wrong. A shilling, I'm not really sure what that amounts to in our English US dollars, but I don't think it's much. In England, they call the bonnet a car hood. Now, I'm not sure what they use to refer to a regular bonnet like a woman would wear over her hair to protect herself, but that is what they call a car hood in England. I've seen it on the sitcom Home Improvement before, so I knew that one before. Threepence, that's again another form of money. I'm not quite sure what it amounts to in English US dollars, but I don't know if it's much. And they call a torch a flashlight. So there are some linguistical differences, but I thought those were interesting. I think they also say take leave, kind of like, getting off of work or something like that. That I did not include. So some other spelling differences, like this color, which means color. I've seen that before. There are some other words that they either add an O or an U to, and I'm not really sure why, but it's just a linguistical difference. I don't really care either way. I have seen it and accept it. It's different from us, and that's okay. So just keep these in mind when you read the book, that's what they're talking about. I mean, it's not really a bonnet like a woman's bonnet. It's a car hood type thing. So, one thing I was really, really impressed with when I looked up this book on Amazon. Come on, camera. Okay, there we go. There are all kinds of ways to experience this book. There is Kindle. There is hard and soft cover if you want the physical book. There's also an audiobook, so that somebody that reads it to you, you can listen to it and you can kind of read the book that way. And audiobook, I think if you get Amazon Prime, you have an unlimited number of Kindle books you can quote unquote borrow, or I guess buy. I'm not sure how that works, but I thought that was really cool. Some of my last videos, I do indicate if there is a Kindle edition or not. There's been a couple that I've reviewed that don't, but this one does, and I think it's pretty cool to have the audiobook in there too. The hard and soft covers, I'll put a link down in the description below to where you can find it from Amazon, but you can find this book, The All Creatures Great and Small by James Herriot, in the library, and you can borrow it from a friend or whatever you want to do. Alright, if you like this video, please share it with your friends. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let's grow the audience by hitting that like button and subscribing. As always, keep reading, don't stop believing, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye!